Hi, this is Carmen, and welcome to the tutorial for Stardust Speedway in Sonic City 2011. Okay, so let me show you the map for this stage first, and the route. Now, basically for this stage, you want to stay on the top of the stage, because look at all this madness down here. Look at all these different places to go. It looks really cool, but there's pretty much no reason to ever go down there for any reason, for any category. Except, as usual, ring attack. But I don't cover ring attack. Anyway, you're gonna start here, and well, I said you're gonna take top route. You're actually going to skip that. You can go up here, but you will have more speed if you jump from here. Yeah, you don't actually have to jump, but it helps. So, anyway, this is the stage has these intersections here, but you'll go through. You go here, and then, well, you're gonna actually jump earlier. You're gonna end up here. Jump over that. And then there's this big area here, and now you have two options. You can either hit this enemy and go this way, or you can go here and then go down here and hit the flag and then go through. And of course the top way is faster, but they're pretty close. However, if you go... Now the important thing I'll explain here is that you will have different speeds coming in here. If you, I guess I should just explain now. If you take the lower way onto this chute, it will make you bounce up. But if you take a higher route in, like from up here, and then go into the chute, you will actually just continue rolling, and you'll conserve your speed. It's better. You can either go over, hit the life and go over. You can go through the loop, which I recommend as for beginners. Really doesn't matter, it's up to you. And this part is a little tricky, especially if you're jumping over the loop. If you're just running, you'll just go right past it, but if you're going over it, there's a potential you might fall in here. Going down here isn't the worst thing, but it's just slower. It's just slower. Here, you're going to want to jump over. You don't want to go through, you want to jump over and stay up around the rest of the stage. And then you can either bounce on these enemies, or you can jump from here all the way to here and then jump off that ledge. So, you'll jump there, and then after the second gap, jump. And hold left, because you want to hit this booster. If you don't hit the booster, you'll have some speed, but this will give you more speed, so why not more speed? Now the thing is, you have this past time travel power going with you, and it's going to activate pretty soon at this point. So keep that in mind. Jump over the spike ball on that enemy, but slow down here. If you end up jumping on these enemies while you have the time travel power, you will time travel to the past. But anyway, what I do is I spin dash here and then jump basically off that notch. And if you hold right, you will bounce off that enemy. Just hold jump down, and you'll do a full height bounce all the way to this area. Just hold right from here. You'll roll up, you'll hit the speed shoes, and I jump at the top of that hill on the flat part, the flat top part of that hill there. Hit this one up. Usually I air brake a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. And then I should land right before that. And then I jump here. You do need to jump on this slope. You can also technically get to the platform above, there's like a spring up there. I don't do that though. But if you take the jump off that ramp, you'll land here. You can just keep on holding right, and you can jump up, or you can roll over, like I said. This is what it looks like when you jump up. Just hold down so you roll through the one up, and make sure you jump at the edge, because if you don't, you'll just probably fall into the spike ball, or at least down here on it, it'll just be slow. And that stage can be anywhere from 19 best to maybe like 23. You want to aim for actually like a 22, because this stage is probably the best one to practice. It's very fluid, very short, very simple. Okay, Stardust 2. Alright, let's look at the map. Okay, so you're actually going to start down here. And let me zoom out a little bit. So this is an even crazier map. This is a nuts map. But you're going to be avoiding pretty much all of it. So from here, you're going to go through this path, pretty much just straight right, but up here. You don't want to go down here. And then that will lead you down here. You're going to go over here, and now here's the thing. You think, okay, you're going to have to do a weird thing here. You're going to have to jump. You're not going to go down here. You can, but it's slower. If you do go up here, you want to go down that way. But you want to jump, and actually if you go through this tight space here, it'll just boost you. It'll just be a booster for you, so it's extra worth it. And you'll just go down here, go through here, and as usual it's a loop. If you feel like it, you can try to do the loop jump, but you're going to be moving pretty fast anyway, so you don't have to do the second one. Okay, so we're going to be still moving down this lowest path here. Okay, now here's the trick of this stage, and it's a pretty cool trick, but it's also very quick, very precise. Not the most precise thing, of course, but it is actually pretty dang precise. So when you come up here, you want to jump here. You want to jump at this spot on this flat part, or maybe on here. And you have a few pixels of doing it. Of course, you don't want to hit this wall, and you don't actually want to jump off this slope. Now you could, but you're not. The point is to clear this whole area. Actually, sorry, it'll be more like this. And from here, if you have full speed, you can just jump from here, you'll land here, and then jump again. But if you don't have full speed, you can just peel out and then jump. It's also likely that you don't, well, not likely, but it's possible that you won't be able to make the jump on the flat part, and you'll jump on the slope. And you won't have the vertical height to clear this gap. You'll fall down here, just hold right. You'll just jump, you'll just go like that, and you'll just lose a little time, it's fine. The problem with this part is if you miss it, because there isn't a quick way of getting past this area. This is a bad area. And like, it's not that bad, it's more like, it's an okay area. This is the bad area. You don't want to ever go up. No sir. Because, alright, so if you go down here, you'll probably like fall down here, and then these are shooters, and you'll just like get launched here, and then just jump up here. But if you go up here, this thing rotates, and it can send you anywhere. You get sent all the way up, you can get sent to the right, and then this thing moves, and then you can get sent left, or you can get sent right. And if you do get sent right, you want to be sent right because you want to get back to this path. So you want to take this booster, and by the way, you want to be wary of this enemy, especially if you're actually doing this fast and you get the 2 jumps here. Just roll so that you kill the enemy, because it will stop you, it will run into you. There's also a special jump here where you can actually clear this, but don't worry about it. It's not worth it. It's just not really worth it unless you're really trying to get the most speed possible. And usually you would jump on a down slope. This isn't a good place to do it. There's enemies here, and you're very likely to bounce off of them, and that just slows you down. And then you just go here, and the level pretty much just brings you to where you need to go. You will probably, as a beginner, end up going this way, but what you want to do is jump here, and then just go around. And by the way, hey, it's another troll spring, especially right after the goalpost. Mean. So just be wary of that. Just make sure you jump before you finish this stage. Okay, so let's look at it in action. So what you're actually going to do is you're going to spin dash at the start. You'll spin dash and jump. And then here, because if you peel out, it will actually be slower by like a second. I timed that. You want to jump at the top here, not lower, but at the top there. Because you think you'd have more speed, but it's actually, it would be quicker. It's just, if you jump quicker, you're going to have more. You're just going to get there quicker versus having to wait. And then you'll get there pretty quick. You'll get the launcher. Once you're on this part of the curve, start holding left. Or no, start getting ready to hold left. You want to hold left on this ledge here, this flat part. You want to jump basically once the slope begins, not that far in. I jump in a little later, and you'll hold left the whole time in the air. And there's 3 different possibilities of what will happen here. Here I land on this ledge, and then I just slip over. Another possibility is you'll hit the spring, and you'll have to go back. It'll send you back on the ledge. You'll have to fall over. But what's perfect is you just going right through, and that's what you're aiming for. When you fall here, like I said, just jump in. You'll get shot through that way. And then let's just watch this. And then here, we're going to do another jump, like basically right when it opens up. And then just hold right once you're at this part here. After the first gap on the right, or the second gap on the right, hold right, and then troll spring, warning, jump. And actually, you can jump pretty dang late on the springs that are on the ground. You can like pretty much go through half of the spring, so long as you jump. Like, you don't want to wait till you're halfway through and then jump, but you can go through most of it, so don't think that if you touch even a pixel of the edge, you're going to hit it. You have a lot of leniency when it comes to those. Okay. The last thing is the boss. What you're going to do from the get-go is you're going to peel out, and you want to actually do the loop jump. If you're a beginner, just don't, as usual, avoid the loop jumps. So this stage is basically an auto-scroller. That's the running joke, but it really is. Besides the introduction and getting the final hit, the rescue on Amy, you have nothing to worry about except not to die, not to get run into by Robotnik. So basically the whole speedrun part of this stage is in the beginning, pretty much. Just a little swag at the end. So you'll peel out, and then what I do to do this is I roll. I don't actually do this from a running position. I find it easier to do it while rolling. So right about here, I jump. Actually, I try to jump here. This is where I make the mental note of jumping, but by the time that I press the button, because I have a kind of clacky keyboard, I guess especially, and I use keyboard by the way, I would end up jumping here, and you'll jump off that downslope too. Now once you go up these slopes, hold down at the top, remember, because there's going to be ring boxes. And we'll just break through them, and then one more downslope jump. So if you don't get all of this, you can still get like a 113, but by doing this you can get a 112. That type of fast setup. This stage is literally just memorization. There's really nothing I can tell you to do this faster. You can just watch it. Just know where the spikes are placed, pretty much. There is a certain feel to it, but it's more that every time there's a change in elevation in the course, that's when there's going to be a spike. Expect a spike pretty much all the time. And so you're going to be jumping a lot. Oh, there's a slope up. It's not like the spike is going to be there for you to jump over. It's going to be there to stop you, and there for you to jump on. So, just jumps, and at this point, there's going to be a set of 3 of these flat parts. The middle one has a spike. And so you should know Metal Sonic has 2 different attacks. He has his charging attack and an electric attack based on whether you're in front of him or behind him. It's easier to deal with the electric attack by being behind him, so as a beginner, it's actually safer to generally be behind Metal Sonic. But I wouldn't worry about it. Just practice the stage just a little bit, just so you know the stage. You really need to memorize the stage more than any other, because as a beginner, even though I'm saying it's easy, it's actually pretty hard. It's in fact the hardest part of the game. You will probably die when you start out. So even if you jump on these down slopes and try to do this super fast, you're not going to be saving time. Thing here, if Metal Sonic does a dash attack, his charging forward attack, where it's like turns into a fireball, in this last stretch, it's kind of likely that, well, it's definite that you're gonna have to clutch it. You're gonna have to peel out and make sure you avoid the oncoming spikes. But if he gets past you, at this point, if he gets past you, like here, it's fine. But past the spikes, if he gets past you, it's very unlikely that you can beat him in the race. So it's not something you need to worry about manipulating him for. It's just something that if he does start an attack behind you, you want to be ready for that. Just stay ahead of him and remember where these spikes are. So there's these guardrails here, and after the first guardrail, there'll be spikes. And then after this next 2 guardrails, there's 2 spikes. And then that's it. Now here, don't be cocky. If you are even on the far right edge of this gate and you just want to push yourself in, if you're on the far right edge of this gate and Metal Sonic gets in even a little bit, you'll be pushed out left and he'll win and you'll die. So just make sure you're on the other side of this tile here, and it will drop and you will die. And then we just wait for Robotnik. So there's 2 ways of breaking Amy. You can, well actually there's 3. You can just wait for the camera to move, or say left, run up and jump. The quicker way, there's 2 quick ways of doing it. You can run up the ceiling and then jump and hit her. That's the swag way. But the less swag way, but fast way, is to jump at the top of this tile here. So I'll jump there, I'll hold left while jumping, and then jump again, and that'll make me jump off, because it's like the edge of this ramp here. And then I'll hit Amy. And I just barely missed a 112. And that's it for Stardust. So, just to recap, Stardust is very simple, just practice the stages. The main trouble is in Stardust 2, it's going to be that big jump. Let's look at it just one more time. So, here. Remember, you want to jump at this point. And of course you want to be at full speed, but you want to jump at this point, and you want to learn how to avoid this, and then jump from here over. So this jump right here is the most crucial part of the whole stage, like all 3 acts. And remember, it's fine so long as you make that jump. You can go down here. Everything else is pretty much good. Stardust 2 also has that jump right here where you want to like hold left right here and then hold left as you go through to make this jump right through. Stardust 1 is just avoiding falling down and just keeping your movement constant. And there is that area with the enemy, but it's fine. And Stardust 3, again, just know the stage and don't get cocky. And all the speed is in the beginning of the stage, pretty much. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Next up is the final stage.